Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Todd, and this video is going to be about season 1 episode 2 of Little Fires Everywhere, titled Seeds and All. It'll be a recap mixed in with some analysis, and oh yeah, there's going to be some spoilers. But before we get started, thank you for watching. I do release new videos weekly, so if you'd like to join me on my journey through all the great shows about murder, mystery, and suspense, hit subscribe and that thumbs up to see more videos like this one. Alright, and with all the business out of the way, let's talk about this episode. So we start on May 1983, and two people are dirty dancing in a car out front of a bar, and by that I mean sex. Things are getting pretty steamy when a toddler wakes up in the back seat, so the woman shoos the man away and tends to the infant. Now, no names are given, but if we use the mathematics, we can assume that the woman is Mia and the infant is Pearl, as Pearl would be roughly high school aged if we flash forward to 1997, which we do. Now, we're in September 1997, and we get some parallels between Mia and Elena's morning routine. It also showcases their parenting styles, Elena being more of the order and control, lunches are made, where's your sister type of vibe, while Mia's more of a we have time to paint your nails before the first day of class, right? No? Okay, we're still painting them kind of vibe. Oh yeah, it's the first day of school and Elena's gotta get her first day of school children photo. But first, Bill and Elena talk about the whole apartment reference thing that was kind of left unresolved in episode 1. We get an interaction between Elena and Izzy, and yeah, I still feel sorry for this girl. Elena is just so quick to dismiss the poor girl, and you can tell that she can't trust her own mother to really hear her. This comes back around a little bit later, but first, let's invite Pearl to join the first day of school photo. Alright, Pearl meets at the Richardson house because she and Moody are gonna head to school together, and honestly, I'd be kind of weirded out by joining their family photo. Or is that just me? Anyway, Moody gives Pearl a tour of her new school, and guess what? They have dial-up, y'all! Alright now? So Izzy's at school too, and it looks like she's getting bullied because people think she's gay, and at this point, if Izzy ends up burning down that damn house, I'm right there with her. Burn it all. Poor girl's bullied at home, bullied at school, bullied in band, and she can't even trust her own mother enough to tell her, burn the house down, Izzy. Burn it. Side note, Moody and Pearl are weirded out about the Mia working for Elena thing, and speaking of the Mia working for Elena thing, they meet to go over her typical duties. Obviously, Mia doesn't want to be there, but it's this awkward interaction where Elena won't stop talking because she's clearly uncomfortable. Like, stop talking, Elena. Oh, and she does, because she doesn't mention the reference thing. I sense some sort of intimidation towards Mia, like Elena doesn't want to overstep her boundaries because she's black? Now, I could go off on a tangent and tell you my thoughts all about that, but this ain't that kind of video. They argue about hours, which pretty sure that should have been discussed before accepting the job, but Pearl goes to see the guidance counselor and we get some racist ass shit. She wants to take Algebra 2 instead of geometry because she took it at her old school. But this is Shaker Heights, a prestigious, nice, and safe and suburban area. They work at a pace much further along than your typical urban school in a bad neighborhood, man. If you don't shut your racist mouth. I literally wrote counselor as a dick in my notes. So he assumes she's poor, behind, and dumb because, you know, she's black and he's a racist. But before we resolve that, let's check in on Mia and her art process. Smoking weed, getting all creative and stuff. She's so cool. So she's just smoking, doing art, and listening to music when Elena barges in. Better put that weed out, Mia. So Elena needs to give Mia a key to the Richardson house, and also, you know, while she's there, might as well bring up the whole reference thing. Mia chops it up to it being a wrong number, and that's that. So awkward. While they attempt to resolve that, Izzy is practicing in her orchestra, and it's confirmed that she is indeed being made fun of because of her potential sexuality. I swear, I see these kids or that counselor in a grocery store, we gon' fight. Now real quick, Mia gets her boss at whatever company she's working for to call Elena and give her raving reviews about his previous tenant, Mia Warren. Now this doesn't sit very well with Elena, and she's a little suspicious, but like, Mia, fake reference rule number 1, make sure they say at least one bad thing about you if you're gonna have someone fake being your reference. Check the rule book next time. Anyway, Mia shows up for her first shift at the Richardson house. And naturally, instead of working, Mia goes snooping. Not gonna lie, I'd probably do the same thing. But it's interesting because, like I mentioned in the first video, this is just such a different way of living than hers. 2 stories, each kid has their own room. I'm pretty sure Elena has a living room, a dining room, and a den. Who needs all that space? So Mia's snooping leads her to Izzy's room where she finds some artwork. Then Izzy shows up. probably escaping her school bullies. And we get a great bonding moment between Mia and Izzy. Like, I really feel like that's all Izzy needs. She needs someone to listen. Like, you can even tell that talking about stuff and being heard is a strange concept for her because she's very hesitant at first. Anyway, they talk about the bullies. Mia's like, fight back, and Izzy's like, you right. So the kids get home from school and Mia has the most absolutely awkward interaction with Bill, like almost if he didn't know that she was black. That mixed in with the fact that he knows about the whole weird reference check thing, so it's all pretty awkward. Doesn't really have to be, but it is. Anyway, cut to Elena, and she's doing what any logical person would be doing in this situation. She goes to the cops and has them run a background check on Mia. Like, what? Okay, look, I get it. Reference check thing was a little weird, yeah, but then don't offer to have someone work in your home before checking your references. If you had reservations, keep your mouth closed and don't offer her a job to clean your house. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Elena wanted Mia to make, I don't remember, so insert meal here for dinner, and she doesn't, so she just makes meatloaf, and then the best damn meatloaf according to everyone at the table, including Elena herself, and that's a nice kick in the ass after this dinner time conversation they have. Okay, so they're discussing Lexi's college essay and how she doesn't have a challenging experience to write about, and Elena thinks that's unfair because they've tried so hard to keep their kids safe, and they're basically talking about their privilege. So this is paralleled with Mia and Pearl's dinner at the Chinese restaurant Mia works at, and Pearl tries to tell her mom about the racist-ass counselor, but Mia is just completely enthralled with this little girl, reminiscing about the good old days, completely dismissing Pearl's frustrations. And I mentioned it in my last LFE video, and that stands for Little Fires Everywhere if you didn't know, but this is more proof that Mia and Elena's relationship with Pearl and Izzy mirror each other, even down to the fact that each mother connects with the other's daughter stronger. Maybe they should just switch kids. Anyway, I'll mention this real quick because it seems like an odd side story and I feel like it may turn into a bigger thing later on in the season, but Mia sees a Chinese coworker, Bibi, crying and helps her out by taking over her shift. So there's some drama in Bibi's life we'll get to a little bit later. For now, it's morning time at the Richardson residence again, and slim fast. 90s. Anyway, Pearl tells Elena about the racist-ass counselor and wants her to look over a petition letter or something that she wrote, and Elena jumps right into action, trying to sound all woke and shit like, let me make some phone calls and pull some strings. So happy we have our white savior to the rescue. Now, I mentioned this before, and I know Elena means well, but she's seriously just going about it the entire wrong way. And get this, remember the whole Lexi and college essay thing? I think this girl just stole Pearl's letter to use it for her essay. This girl be pushing my buttons. So in other news, Bibi goes to see Mia to thank her for covering her shift. Bibi wants to tell Mia what happened, but Mia stops her, because the script says we don't find out yet. Elsewhere, Izzy is being bullied in band practice again, and when their instructor attacks another student, Izzy channels her frustration at the instructor and is promptly sent to the office, where she runs into Elena after she works her white privilege magic on that racist-ass counselor. So Elena ends up taking Izzy to work, where she finds out the police department has faxed Mia's background check to her home because the fax machine at the office is on the fritz. Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that fax machines were definitely a thing? Anyway, the background check gets faxed to the Richardson residence, the same Richardson residence that Mia was just hired to look after. So naturally, Mia's nosy ass finds it, and oh boy, does she feel some sort of way about it. Kind of like that. So Elena comes home, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but she has a book club, and they're covering the vagina monologues. Great piece, by the way. And Mia has stayed to manage the wine and whatevs. She doesn't mention the facts yet, just FYI, and this leads us to the vagina discussion. Now, the room full of white women who most are afraid to say the word vagina discuss the vagina monologues. When Elena's questioned and then bombs the answer, Mia steps in and then drops some knowledge. It's actually a really great scene, and I loved Mia's interpretation on some of the pieces. Don't you just love being around friends in a safe space with some wine and just talking about life and the world and stuff? Those are the moments I live for. Anyway, while all this vagina talk is happening, Moody goes to see Pearl and brings her some food. There's a small exchange I found interesting here. Pearl comments how she's sick of Chinese food, yet she was the one that suggested it for dinner the other night because it would be free as Mia works there. And I just find it interesting how this small line of dialogue carries the weight of how Pearl makes certain sacrifices so her mom doesn't have to. I think it's a beautiful depiction of how she's been forced to mature so much faster than Moody and his siblings because of her upbringing. Just really powerful writing, if you ask me. Anyway, Moody finds Mia's stash and he and Pearl get high. Meanwhile, after the book club, Elena and Mia talk. Mia brings up the facts and then comes clean about having her boss call Elena as her reference. Then she just completely breaks down and explains how hard it is for her as a single black mother and the assumptions and stereotypes that come behind that. Elena's more interested in drinking though, so she invites Mia to stay for a glass of wine, and I'm not sure. Was Mia manipulating Elena here? There's something that seemed a bit inauthentic, and I don't know if it was this look or not, but something's got me suspicious. So Pearl and Moody are high and talking about their mothers. What everyone wants to do when they get high. Anyway, they discuss some parallels between their moms. How Mia's more of a promiscuous and secretive person, again tying back to the opening scene and providing further evidence that it could have been a younger Mia and a baby Pearl. Also, Moody knows about Elena's sex schedule, which I find both hilarious and a little concerning. So back at the Richardson residence, Mia and Elena are continuing the vagina talk. They actually bond and, get real. Mia talks about the good old days when Pearl was a kid, and Elena actually admits some of her concerns about Izzy and their relationship. It's a really powerful moment. I actually watched it twice. Sadly, it's short-lived when Mia gets pissed about Elena helping Pearl get into Algebra 2. Now, she doesn't make it obvious, but she insists on leaving. Then Elena takes a gander at her vajayjay. Is that still a thing? People still say vajayjay? Anyway, miraculously, it seems like Moody left Pearl at the exact same time Mia left Elena, because when Mia gets home, Pearl is alone and lying about the algebra situation. She claims she took care of it herself, like her mama said, but Mia knows the truth. She is not happy. Lying is the first stage of teenage rebellion, Alright, so at school the next day, turns out Pearl's new Algebra 2 class has Trip, Moody's brother, in it. Now, I'm suspecting some drama, perhaps a love triangle. Either way, it's a nice setup at the end of the episode. Aside from that, we end on a scene with Mia chilling with BB and about to discuss what BB was all emotional about, and that was the episode. Now, this episode had me questioning Mia's motives a bit. I'm still not sure why she accepted that job for Elena. Like, is she trying to keep tabs on Pearl? And we see she had a huge problem with Elena helping and getting involved. But again, I think Elena may have overstepped some boundaries, but I don't see this as a real reason to be angry with Pearl, minus her lying about it. Aside from that, I'm really curious to see how this whole situation is going to affect their relationship going forward. I mean, me and Elena just had that wonderful bonding moment. We also have the whole Lexi situation with Pearl's letter, and I'm still irritated with her about that, but regardless, the only person that hasn't pissed me off yet is Izzy. Poor Izzy. Can someone just be her friend? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. What did you think of this episode? Don't forget to comment down below with your thoughts. I'm going to be doing a retro series soon where I'll go back and revisit old shows and see if they withstand the test of time. First one is going to be fun, and I think you'll like it. I also have a full season review for season 4 of Insecure, a half season review for season 4 of 13 Reasons Why, and full season reviews for Uploaded and Dead to Me coming soon. So y'all in for a treat. In the meantime, feel free to check out some of my other videos. Yeah. Now don't forget to hit that thumbs up, it really helps me out. Then subscribe with a side notification bell. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. There's a dog barking, so there's that.